Listen, vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Hello, welcome to the Swerve Show. Come on, move in. Get closer, y'all. That way he can.
What's up, folks?
Anyway, welcome. We sure are bright. It is what, June
June 12th.
12th.
Yes.
It's June 12th already?
It's June 12th.
Oh, that tie is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
I got to raid Tony's closet. Anyway, welcome to the Swerve Show. I am the publisher of Swerve Magazine. My name is Jamel Fletcher.
Aha.
And of course, we have Tony Nelson with us.
I didn't straighten myself out.
The legend, the icon.
Look at this. You come over. Oh, and the red shoes.
Okay,
Pick
baby.
up the
They can't
tie.
see the shoe.
Word.
The effect
You
is
better work.
nasty.
Come on, I'm gonna kick it up.
Come
Can
through.
you
Put
get
it out.
I'm too old.
What you do is you take it
Girl,
off.
you know how to
and
get that leg up.
splash
Don't play.
See, what is it, patent leather?
There it
No,
is.
it's like patent
Hey.
leather.
Huh?
It's Fierce. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Go ahead,
Bless the Lord. Amen.
Tony's just got clothes in the house.
For
He ain't
days.
got dishes. No dishes, no pots, clothes.
Just close. I'm here for it. It's the rage.
Jordan is Jordan Noir, our editor at large.
What's up,
for
folks?
Swerve
What's up?
Magazine.
What's up?
So,
What's up?
It's been a busy time. But anyway, so we are here.
We are here.
So, of course, we got our May-June issue out on the stands. And
Yes.
starting to get some feedback. I posted the online version.
I saw that today.
So,
Yes.
Rasan Patterson.
Rasad.
All right. So make sure you pick that up. All
Rasad.
right. And then, of course, we've got advertising opportunities. Thank you
Yes.
for the hit. We talked.
No problem. Great.
We're negotiating now.
Great.
We got to move a few zeros over.
But as long as they have a budget,
It's
we
coming.
can
It's
work
coming.
with
A
it.
budget is
A
needed.
budget is needed.
So if you're looking to advertise, of course, call myself. You can
Yes.
reach myself, Jamel Fletcher, at jamel@swervemagazine.com.
Yes, yes,
So I
yes.
know-
Well, this
Yes,
just
yes.
in.
Yes, we just.
Did you see this about this ride?
Yeah, I just saw that. I
I
saw
ain't
that.
even had a chance to
So we
post.
have one of our Swerve family members, Tamisha Iman, is on.
Hey, Tamisha.
Tamisha just
How
said.
did the event go? That's what I want to know.
Tamisha, Tamisha said there's a riot going on in Memphis right now.
A riot?
And if she finds out more information, she'll keep us posted.
A riot?
Yes, Tamisha hosted the town hall, which I popped in for, which was actually quite good.
So that was just the beginning.
Yes, it was the beginning. So tip my hat off to you, Tamisha, for always being the voice of the community,
A leader.
a leader.
And
in the
Tamisha,
community.
let us know how we can be supportive, okay?
So
Maybe we need to have a brainstorming session. Let us know how we can be supportive.
Maybe we can get Tamisha to come. And be a part of
Tamisha,
the
we
show.
need to have you here on set.
Well, that's a given.
So
We
if
have an
you
open
come-
invitation to
If
come.
you ever come to DC, baby, we got a spot for you. Bless the Lord. Amen.
Okay,
Amen and
okay.
amen.
All right. Well, let me start sharing. All right,
Okay.
so, of course, what's going on with me? I missed Capitol Pride, but I did go see Cecile McLaurin Savant, who is the second coming of Sarah Vaughan /
She
Ella
really
Fitzgerald.
is.
Okay.
She really is.
And she was amazing.
Yeah.
She was better in person, even though it was her and a pianist. So, jazz lives.
Well, she is the embodiment of it.
Oh, she was amazing.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
I hated the venue. They had me in the standing room only, and I went up and said to the guy, "No more chairs."
And what did he say?
He
Good
said,
night.
He said, "You didn't read your ticket." I said, "I can read it, but I see stools. Where are my stool?"
At least give me a stool. Well, just real quick about her. Diane Reeves, who was I think Diane Reeves. I know Diane Reeves crowned her as when she
That's
won
the next thing.
when she won Thelonious Monk. Diane Reeves and Gladys Knight were on the
I remember you told me that.
judges panel. But anyway, Diane Reeves has said that when she did a tribute to her, Diane Reeves, and it was a Sarah Vaughan song. Diane Reeves said, "I've sung that song, and I couldn't ever imagine it being done like
Wow.
she
Oh,
just
she
did."
sings now.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's amazing. She's a little teeny little something, but she sings. Anyway.
Haitian.
So that's one of the things I do. What's going on with you guys? What's up? Who wants to go first?
Not much. I will be in a small little production, a part of.
you're acting again?
I think it's the Anacostia Film Festival. No, not film festival. Stage festival. It's a play One of the playwrights.
Is this one of Alan Sharp's
No,
plays?
it's not Alan. We have another playwright, Anthony Green, who is a part of Brave Soul Collective.
And this is in D.C., y'all.
Yes, it's in DC. His play has got selected to be in the festival, and he has asked me to play a role. So I'll be doing that.
Come on, you did.
That will be August.
So
the
you
20th.
are now a thespian. You in the theater.
The theater. So I will be in that festival.
That's a big
on
deal.
the
That's a big deal.
20
It is.
That's the 24th, on Monday the 24th at the Anacostia Playhouse.
Okay, well, we want to make that. You got to keep us posted.
I
All right.
definitely will.
What's cooking with you, Mr.? I got a picture of Tony. Do I have a
Yes,
picture of Tony
please.
holding some
That award
award
in that
number 4?
fabulous suit, baby.
But
I got my
finally
life.
found that picture with Ashley and Ryan.
And Ryan.
Look at that. Go
that
ahead,
was-
Tony.
Thank you. You know, it was a very emotional day for me.
How was the parade?
The parade was the most fun I believe I've ever had in my entire life.
Really?
And may I please, I'm not sure if she's watching or not, but there were several reasons why that took it over the top. One was because my auntie Teresa Beavers Jackson
She's
came,
online. Teresa.
All
and
right.
she supported the parade, and she supported. They had a brunch for all the
Oh, they went all out,
honorees
didn't they?
before it, and she went with that, and she also wrote in the parade with Earlene Budd.
I
So
saw that.
it felt like
Did you have a big float?
no, we
with
had
like
a we had a
dancing girls
we
and
had a
front
jeep.
rows?
We had a jeep that my cousin from Baltimore came down and he rode in the jeep with me. And then these two random guys, I don't know where they came from. They said, "We gonna get on your float." And at first they were told they couldn't. I said, "Please let them get on." They had a lot of fun, and they were. But before I go any further, I just want to say. To Savannah Wanzer, who was my handler for the day.
Yes, Savannah.
Hey, Savannah,
She
for
was
being
my
a
handler for the day, and
for handling Tony.
Savannah really went. That was a lot, wasn't it?
Baby.
Savannah went above and beyond to make sure that I was taken care of. I really felt like I was a king. So it was great. So I
Okay.
just want to thank Savannah. Thank you so much. And thank Capital Pride. I have to write them an email regarding my experience.
All right,
that day.
congratulations.
It was amazing. Thank you so much.
We want to see the video.
But
though.
moving forward, I got to tell you what I got going on. I'm going to be
All right.
returning to Zickfield's
Zickfield's.
on the third Friday of this month.
Yes.
Back with Darrell Wilson. We
Come
have a
on, Darryl.
fabulous show. Our Pride show was probably one of the best shows that I've been involved with in a long time. It was great. We had Ella Fitzgerald and
Oh, you mean the
the
Capital
show,
Pride show?
the Capital Pride show
Okay.
was amazing, and then we're coming back. We have a Jasmine Blue was
Come on,
phenomenal, and
Jasmine.
it was a great show. But we're coming back again on the third Friday, and of course,
Third Friday.
I'm
When they gonna do the flyer with you with Tony Nelson,
well, it.
Capital Pride honoree?
I've never been one who had to be on a flyer, as long as I got a check.
But that's to promote that.
Do you
are a
have an
draw.
envelope,
You are
please?
a draw.
I'll take the lope.
the check, the SunTrust.
You are a draw.
That check that hits my SunTrust account is the draw.
Bless the Lord.
And then, of course, we're going to be back at Mr. Henry Strange. I would be remiss if I didn't
Yes.
shout out to Strange's Lipstick
Strange.
Review at Mr. Henry's. And this show is very important to me because this is an independent promoter. She doesn't have the backing of a club. She doesn't
Yes.
have the backing of a
But she's
whole
got you.
conglomerate of people. She's doing this out of her pocket. And the show has been a huge success. And I'm just very grateful to be a part
It
of
is
it.
literally the best little drag show. The best little drag
It's the
show.
best little drag show in the
DC.
city.
And
It's
is
a lot
this
of fun.
Sunday also?
It's the fourth Sunday
Fourth
of this
Sunday.
month.
All right, we're gonna have to tickle me and get me there. What's going on with you?
I just told you what's going on with me.
You did?
Yeah.
School, and more school.
Nope. School doesn't start back until August.
Hello to the legendary Daisha Richards
yes.
on the line. On
Yes, Deja.
Okay, well, let's keep it moving. Let's go into some news, y'all. All right. Botswana has decriminalized homosexuality.
It's about time.
Can you believe it? Do we have an image for that?
Yes.
Kapow! Look at the children in Botswana.
oh, Miss Thing is doing it with that rap, baby. I want to.
Y'all better work.
You better.
Baby, she's full of the spirits of Racine.
She's adding black to,
She's
to
the
the rainbow flag.
She's the Botswanian Racine Pendarvis.
Yes.
I mean, finally. So, and this was, I understand the case that triggered this was a young student who said that it violates our sexual. What do they call it? Sexual. It's a discrimination, workforce discrimination. That's what sort of was principle that started, where you couldn't discriminate based on sexual identity for workplace activities. But anyway, Kenya had just passed something not too long ago, so hopefully the Africans are coming to see the light.
Baby, come to the light.
Gay is in.
Gay is in. Then we're gonna work on Jamaica.
Oh my God, really? And I got their stuff on, and they want us over there to spend our money. I know
We're gonna work on Jamaica next.
As long as you don't go to the Dominican Republic.
all the Jamaicans I know and have, dated and stuff. And anyway, okay, let's keep it moving.
Yes.
All right. Then the other, this was so sad.
Yeah, I heard about this.
The first openly gay deputy sheriff in Philadelphia committed suicide. His last name was Austin. I think it was Dana Austin.
Which
he was
is
27.
They said that he had just done, like, the day before.
Before Pride.
Yeah, he had done a whole event where he was the speaker and the whole shebang. And then they walked in his office and found him with a apparent gunshot to the head.
That's so sad.
In his office.
Sad. Anyway.
Wow.
Condolences to the family.
Has
and the
this been
Philadelphia
investigated
community. I think it just happened Friday.
Yeah, so that's what I have questions though.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I have questions.
Well, we'll keep our eyes out for
Can
that story.
Hello, Syria Sinclair.
Syria Sinclair.
All right, and then the other, Capitol Pride. Let me ask you, because people were calling me talking about Jamil, you okay? What happened with this BB gun guy, this potential shooting?
Well, they got him.
Well, they got him. I mean, I have to say that I saw a lot of people posting, I was standing right next to the shooter. I heard the gunshots. I did da-da-da-da-da. I just heard nothing. I heard nothing.
Well, you were at the front of the parade.
Well, no. Well, maybe I didn't hear that because I had been whisked away to a private party by Savannah Watts. So
well, you were in the VIP section.
But a lot of people, someone said that, I heard the police say, let's cover it up. And I'm just like, you really heard the police say that? Really?
Okay, so what they said happened was they said it was a heterosexual man and his girlfriend. Something had happened. Some
girls thought she was cute. Was it?
Yeah, something happened, and he felt like somebody had offended his girlfriend, and he decided to pull a BB gun out of a bag. And so when he pulled it out, everybody, at the state of like everything that's happening.
You kidding me? I would have ran too.
Right. So everybody just ran. And so then they were showing, I was watching different clips. People was like, well, what are you running for? We like, I don't know. Somebody said they saw a gun. So I run it.
Right.
I just said,
questions later.
Well, somebody,
run.
And that's the whole thing. Someone saw a gun and then because someone saw it, and then the story spun to they heard the gunshots.
I saw the kids. They showed the kids running out of DuPont Circle.
Yeah, they were running, but I think people, people remember things. Maybe I don't know. I shouldn't say they did.
It's a traumatic situation.
Yeah, it's a traumatic situation, and I get it.
So what happened was somebody in the crowd pointed him out to the police. The police, they said that he had it in a bag. So they pointed out the guy. They grabbed the guy, and then they found the bag. The bag was sitting somewhere. It was a brown bag, and it had the BB gun inside the bag.
Okay. Right.
Well,
they put it back in the bag.
Well, I'm just glad it wasn't anything traumatic.
And no one got hurt.
Right, and as folks that are going up to New York Pride, keep your eyes open.
Well, real quick, DC Water, which I work at DC Water, had a float, and their float was they had trucks coming up, and half their contingency got cut off. That's when the parade got cut off. Yes, half of
they stopped the parade, did they?
Oh yeah, they canceled the parade.
Oh wow!
And half of two of DC Water's trucks went up, and the other two got stopped. And then finally, after they said, okay, no more parade, the one truck came up, and all my friends was on it. People who work in my department, because my department's a department that puts that on. And one of the young ladies is from New Orleans, and she said, the D.C. police officers need to learn how New Orleans does it. Oh, right. You hear gunshots, you just keep moving.
You don't cancel the parade.
You don't cancel the parade. Right. You just keep it moving.
Amen.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that either. I'm just quoting.
I don't know about that. We live in D.C. We'll play those games.
Right,
we'll play those games. It's
hey, Corey.
The White House. Hello.
Okay.
So let's
Hollywood.
go into what's hot. All right. So Pose Season 2 last night premiered.
Yes.
And we'll talk about more later when Ryan comes up.
Yes.
But what did y'all think?
Yes.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Okay.
Real quickly now.
5 thumbs up when I tell you that they started with the tearjerker. I was like, how y'all just going to start
I know.
the episode trying to pull tears?
It felt like the boys in the band.
When I tell you that they turned the opening, this
They
opening
did.
episode was so everything.
And it was an hour and a half, wasn't it?
And it was an hour and a half, and they could take everything from the 90s and put it all, which was so amazing that they put it all in. He did an opportunity.
You haven't even seen the first season, have you?
It was so amazing. It was so
really
well
was.
done. And by the way, I know I'm going to shout out one of our Swerve family members, Jonathan Boderick from New York.
Was he in it?
No.
Oh.
He did him and another guy by the name of Brandon did a commentary afterward.
Hey, Mike.
And it was so amazing because they had a lot of the ballroom kids came onto the live feed.
Oh.
And they were talking about how well the research was done because they used a lot of real life legend stories and weaved it into the storyline. And so they were talking about that, and then they were reminiscing. So it was really, really great.
Well, I'm glad it got off to a good start. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, let's go to a couple other things. Chris Prince, our dear friend, is a jazz singer, and he's performing at Mr. Henry's June 22nd. All right.
Yes.
So I can't wait to hear Chris perform. All
All
right.
right, Christopher Prince.
Another one, of course, Big Frida and Karamo are at the National Museum of African American History and Culture.
I'm still on your.
Yes, and we're doing something special. I'm going to send you guys
What day
invitation.
is that? What day is that?
June 22nd, that evening. That's going to be fierce, though. All right?
Saturday?
Yes. And then, of course, we got the Adoti Retreat coming up in July.
I'll be
I
there.
heard you registered.
I registered. I'll be there.
And y'all discover the purpose of your power and the power
of your purpose.
All right, all right.
I'm there. I'm super excited. This will be my first Adoti retreat.
Oh, wow.
I'm super stoked.
Then the next thing we've got, of course, our model contest. Now the voting is hot. It's all been fixed. Let's go. Folks are starting to vote.
Don't say it's been fixed.
What's been fixed?
You said it's
Don't-
all
you
been
can't say
fixed.
it's
No,
been
not
fixed.
been.
Let's back that.
I meant the technical difficulties.
The
we had with
technical
the voting.
difficulties
Has been
have
corrected.
been corrected.
Because you can't say
No,
fixed
it's not been fixed.
in a
So
competition
the
all at the
voting
same
has
time.
begun. And as you know, we're selecting someone in the male presenting and female presenting categories. All right.
Gotcha.
Okay. So and voting is open till July 15th. All right. Okay. And we're just having fun with it, y'all. All right. Hey, Mike. And
Oh, shout out to my
Yo,
other
I saw a
mother,
great
Karen
film
Smith.
last
Hey.
Friday called "The Last Black Man in San Francisco," and it's about San Francisco
I heard about
gentrification. It was a little artsy, you know. You gotta kind of let it absorb and soak into it. But I'm gonna run the trailer so you can get a feel for what the movie's like. Go ahead, DZ. You run it. You got it.
I want to see this. You don't have it?
You didn't see it. Well, let's keep it going, and we'll.
Thank
Okay.
you,
Oh, in a
DZ.
second. All right.
Come back to it.
All right. It's a great little film, though. And
San
then we got a
Francisco. It's
music
about the
spotlight.
gentrification.
Yeah, but it's
It
about
is.
more than that. It's about the relationship with his father, about this friendship he has with his best friend. But at the root of it, it's set in
The
a
gentrification of
it's
San
gentrifying San Francisco.
It's-
You got it? Let's run it.
It's mortifying because they're saying that DC is.
Oh, DC is the most gentrified city.
Yeah,
in
and
the
Atlanta
country.
It's
You
nasty.
ready?
on the loop.
You ready? All right, let's run it. Let's run the trailer.
We built these ships, dredged these canals in the San Francisco they never knew existed. This is our home. You two stick together.
I always come back to the old house. What if it's empty? What if we just peeked inside?
We could throw parties. You could put on one of your plays. We could yell.
Who is this house?
Our old house.
That's not your old house and that's not your neighborhood.
Hey, if you're going to San Francisco, be sure to wear flowers in your hair.
Maybe he's right. What if we shouldn't be here? Well, we should be here more.
Some millionaire.
To leave is not your
longer we can keep doing this.
But I'm not leaving. I'm the last one left.
I'm with you, brother.
All right. So the last black man in San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
Check
to
it out,
seeing
y'all.
that.
It's it's a very thought-provoking, provocative film. So. Oh yeah, you're gonna shed some tears. Play what? Oh, the mic's not working? It's not working? Testing. Mine is working.
Who?
Did it die?
Okay, this is live TV
All right,
for you. How
live.
you doing?
TV, it's okay. Time, we're going to share the mic. Okay.
Just put it
All right,
in your
so anyway.
mouth.
So let's run our music video. Let's get that running. Then we can fix this mic.
Okay, yeah.
So this is a women's group called Bomb Scat. I don't know if you ever
Yes,
heard of
I've
it.
heard
You
of
ever
them.
heard of them?
I have not.
They are fierce. Anyway, this song, I think it's kind of old, but it's called Hands. So let's run that video.
Turn around, come here. I got some things I wanna whisper in your ear. No metaphor, no simile, no fancy words. For you touch me, I just wanna feel your hands all over my body. Just wanna feel your hands all over my body. Just wanna feel your hands all over my body right now.
Oh, patience. I'm gonna answer every call. And as I mark my fingertips on your walls, let your emotions drip. Secrets on my fingertips. I just wanna put my hands all over your body right now.
Turn around, come here. I wanna whisper some things in your ear. No metaphor, no simile, no fancy words. For you touch me, I just wanna feel your hands all over my body. Just wanna feel your hands all over my body. I just wanna feel your hands all over my body right now.
Oh, patience. I'm gonna answer every call. And as I mark my fingerprints on your walls, let your emotions drip. Secrets on my fingertips. I just wanna put my hands all over your body right now.
All right, Boomscat, rather. I'm sorry. Well, look what we got, y'all.
I know. Like,
Mr.
Hey,
Ronald!
thank you guys so much for having me today. I'm
Thank
really
you
nervous.
for coming.
So,
Wow.
do people know the face behind your blog?
It's
What are
getting
y'all
there.
talking about? Update.
Update. Police shot a young man in handcuffs 20 times and broke his neck in North Memphis.
Oh, my goodness.
And the community is in complete outrage. Police has had to leave vehicles behind and flee for safety.
Riot in
1,000
Memphis,
people
y'all.
Out protesting and throwing bottles and bricks, destroying police cars.
I know our friend Devon Clemens
'cause-
is involved because he's running for council,
running
and
for
he's a
council member.
policeman.
And
So I gotta
I'm
go
born
to
and
his
raised
page.
in Memphis. I moved to
my
Washington,
goodness.
D.C. from
Really?
Memphis. When y'all were talking about it at the beginning of the show, it says the U.S. Marshal's Office was in town assisting with and the Memphis police was there assisting with the arrest. And now all of a sudden the young man was in handcuffs. I saw a hashtag RIP Brandon. I'm not sure if that's the official.
That probably is.
Oh Lord!
You know,
well, we
the
had to find out
story
additional
develops.
information. Is your mic working? Your mic working?
My mic sounds
All right,
nice.
all right. But tell us about Ronald Matters. Is it RonaldMatters.com?
RonaldMatters.com. Do I start from the beginning? Is this my bio moment?
Well, tell us your elevator speech. You know.
I was studying, what was I studying? Journalism with a concentration in newspaper magazine back in 2005. I was an avid reader of Vibe.
Was that underground? I mean, undergrad?
Yes.
Jesus.
And then, so I was like, oh, magazines are dying and all of that. I got to figure out what's going to be next. So then I ended up having to quit school due to summertime and bills and all that. And I was like, but I want to stay involved in my work. So I said, I got to talk about something that matters to me if I'm going to be consistent with it. So then I started RonaldMatters.com, things that matter to me.
All right, Fizz. I always say where there's a void, there's an opportunity. What was that?
No, he found something for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 10 million views later, a couple of
Fizz, you got
community
10 million
awards.
views?
10 million views.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
You better
but
work.
that's it.
He's
And then
turning it.
After
Go ahead,
that,
I'm
then
proud of you.
thank you so much. And I was going to make a point to say I remember having Swerv magazine on my coffee table in my living room in downtown Memphis. It was really important to have like black gay voices on my coffee table. New books that's coming out, so I'm really excited.
Look
Who's
at us,
coming out
Sade,
with
inspiring
black gay
the
books?
children.
Full circle.
Clearly, yes, really. So then I had to. I ended up like, oh, I just turned 30. I was with
you
my
poor
podcast
thing.
co-host. I was on the phone with him. He just bought a house up here in College Park. And I was like, oh, I just turned 30. I'm sitting here in Memphis and my life is a wreck. And he was like, I just got a house. You can have a room. Just come on up here. And I was like, do not play with me because I will quit my job. He's like, I'm your friend. You have dreams. I believe in you. So to whom it may concern, bye.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Did you pack the bags
He packed-
and
I
scooted
packed
on up
my
to
And
whole
DC?
moved
life.
on up to Beverly. Come on, man.
Well, we're moving on now.
I packed my whole life into a carry-on bag because I was, I'm not paying
So
no
how long
luggage
you been in
fees.
DC?
2 years.
Oh, that's it. Just 2
Yeah,
years.
just 2 years.
So what's the verdict? What's the verdict?
The people said it is a cleaner version of New York, but the people's attitudes are basically the same.
I don't think so. Really?
Well, I mean,
Ain't nothing like the New
that's
Yorkers.
what the people said, that DC is a cleaner version.
But you know what?
No shade to the New Yorkers, but I mean.
But someone
that ain't
said at my job, DC is. That's the second time I've heard that today. So they said DC is a lot like New York in the sense that if you can live in New York, you can live anywhere. But in DC, if you can work in DC,
You gotta
can work
work
anywhere.
anywhere.
Oh, yeah,
It's the
yeah.
same. It's the working life is the same as living in New York. So I guess I can kind of get that.
Yeah.
So what does Ronald Matters do? I mean, it's ronaldmatters.com. It's
things that matter to me as a
news.
black gay man.
Okay.
Wee Wee, Booty Hole, the new CDC findings. You
Wee
mix
Wee
some
and
of
what?
that in there.
Everything. He
And
does. I mean, he goes to Gambit. I live.
so before,
and like, is it updated every day?
whenever I can get to it, because I'm currently trying to work DC. But yeah, so before marriage was legal in all 50 states, I used to do posts like 35 black gay couples showing their love on the beach, in the park, and those types of things. And those types of posts would be really popular because they would give inspiration to a lot of my readers.
Right.
But also, I was inspired by it a little bit too back then when I was dumb. But now, just marriage, relationships.
No, yes, no,
No,
yes.
I'm busy working.
How
I'm
old are
busy
you, 30
getting money.
what?
I forgot after 25 because nothing mattered.
Amen.
Do you know how old we are?
I think I'm 31. I think I'm
Oh,
32.
you poor thing.
And holding tight.
I'm 32. Well, if I've been here for 2 years, I moved here on my 30th. Yeah, so I'm 32.
You're just getting started, dude.
Thank you. That's a good thing.
And
It's an amazing
where
thing.
can people find you? It's ronaldmatters.com.
ronaldmatters.com.
Yes, and my podcast, hereforitpod.com. My friend at the Superman who inspired me to move here, he is the Impulse Group DC outreach director.
Okay.
So if you've been to number 9 recently, you see there's a little condom box right there at the door when you walk in, and as you leave, that's his doing. He's been to like some trans places going on. Make sure that people have what they need. Dental dams,
and that's
condoms.
in DC, right? In
Yes.
DC.
So,
hey, yo, DC is the black gay capital of the country. It's the gay capital of the country.
They're trying to mute DC, but we're going to keep it, I think.
It ain't happening.
We're going to turn the volume up some more.
They won't be able to do it.
No, I don't
They
think so.
won't. It's not gonna happen.
So what's sort of like a hot topic for you right now that you just can't drop?
Well, y'all talked about Pose.
Well, tell us what you think about the season 2 debut premiere.
So, it was really weird opening on a boat. I was like, oh, they got a budget for season 2, and they want you to see it at the beginning. We have a boat.
It wasn't a boat.
We are on the water.
It was a ferry. Ferries.
But it's still
I'm
the
from Memphis,
budget.
and I'm poor, so
Like
it's
you
all.
almost came to let us have it. Let us know.
They have ferries in New York. You know that,
I
right?
don't. I've been there only a few times, but so then they did that, and then they did the tearjerker with the cross and the heart stones. I was like, where do you even find all of these heart-shaped cobblestones? And they did that, and then Mother, what is her name?
Blanca.
Yes,
Blanca.
and then they killed it
Dominique?
with.
No,
Yes,
that's
Dominique
Electra.
is Electra.
Oh, I was talking about Electra.
No, are you talking about Electra?
And then Electra was working for them and being late to dinner.
Don't tell it.
And she was doing all that, and then she was doing all of that, and then the other mother was like, well, you can get out of my house. And she was like, oh, you don't have to put me out. I was like, yes!
Don't give the whole.
Don't tell
I was so
it.
excited. I was so
Everybody saw it, didn't they?
I'm
Except
just
for me.
wondering how many episodes they have for this season. I meant to see that.
I didn't look.
Because if it's going to be an hour and a half, and it's on Tuesday, not Sunday.
All I'm
which
gonna tell
I didn't
you
like. I didn't like it on Tuesday.
is if you have not seen Pose,
right.
first go back and binge watch the season 1.
Tony,
Actually,
you
one of
gotta go back
my
and
close friends.
watch the first season.
One of my friends, she had never seen Pose, and she saw me talking about the new season. So she was like, "Yarde," I was like, I need to go and look. So she binge watched the whole first season, and she called me today, and she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that I did not." I was like, "Girl,
Yeah, I'm impressed with it. It's the story writing. The performances are great. So the characters, the character development, I'm impressed. All the way
We
around.
met Dominique was at
Tara Dominique.
and she plays Electra, right? Correct. And the other young lady were at the Capitol Pride brunch.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
they were-
nice.
Yeah, and they were the grand marshals of the Capitol Pride
really?
parade. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you get pictures with them?
I did.
Oh, you gotta show us those. They need to be added to your repertoire so that your
I got pictures with both of them.
cachet goes up along with your fee.
Yeah.
Always talking about the price going up.
Well, we gotta
We
eat.
try to make a check. I ain't mad at
That's
them.
right, Tony. We gotta what? We gotta eat.
We gotta eat
Hustler, baby.
and pay for trade. I mean, eat. Yes. Child, this is
Jamil,
reality.
do you mind if we talk about this one piece?
Come on, let's show.
So
Billy
since we're
the
talking
Tonys,
about-
baby.
since
The
we're
Tonys
talking
was
about
so
Pose,
gay. Oh my God, the Tonys was
Billy
so gay.
Porter was at the Tonys, who plays Pray Tell on the show, and he got a standing ovation during the commercial break, and nobody saw this, but John Cohen, who was the host, posted this video.
Oh, he was so good.
Can
John
you
Cohen
run the
was good.
video,
Let's
please?
run
At the end of the show, I went over to Billy Porter, right? And I said, Billy, would you want to give us a song? And, well, he did a version of Everything's Coming Up Roses from Gypsy. It was incredible. And the saddest thing about it, it was the commercial break. So it wasn't on TV. Most of the cameras weren't even on or working. You know, they were being moved to different places. So this includes some cell phone footage that we've taken that people posted online. Have a look at this.
Billy Porter, stand up, Billy. Come on. Come on, Billy. Come on, Billy. Wow, whatever you want. Now take this microphone. Hang on. Yeah, take this and then. Oh, I guess I'll do. Curtain up. Light the light. Wait for the piano. Oh, wait, which one? Wait, I don't know which one are you doing. Number 1 or 2? Everything's Coming Up Roses by from Gypsy, which is number 1. Okay. I hope it's in the right key. I had a dream, a wonderful dream, baby. It's gonna come true, baby. They think that we're through. I didn't come here to work tonight. Baby. No, you clearly wanted no one to look at you. You're changing the key? Thank you, bitch. You'll be swell. You'll be great. Gonna have the whole world on a plate. I don't need the words. Starting here, starting now. Honey, everything's coming up roses. Clear the decks, light the lights. We've got nothing to do but the heights. Throw us down, no. Honey, everything's coming up roses. You gonna make me do the whole thing? You can do it. All you need is a hand. We'll get through it. Mama is gonna see to it. Curtain up, light the lights. We've got nothing to hit but the heights. Throw a kiss, take a bow. You'll be swell somehow. That everything I talk about is done. Honey, everything's coming up roses for me and for you.
All right, that was Billy Porter at
yes.
the Tonys, y'all.
I love Billy Porter. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm a diehard fan of his.
Yes, you are.
And he is finally getting his spotlight, and I am extremely thrilled for him.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I just since we were talking about music, I thought it would be a good transition.
And you know they did. Ooh, hey, look at Tony. They did. And Choir
Shade.
Boy was nominated for Best Play. I think it was.
I love
And
Choir Boy.
The choreographer, I think she was the first. Did she win?
I don't know.
I don't know if she won, but she was the first African American woman to
get nominated?
To be nominated in over 20 years.
Oh, really? For that category.
For the choreography.
But I will say this: I did see it on Broadway, and I saw it
Choir
here.
Boy, I wanted to see it.
And I've seen it here at the Studio Theater. The Studio Theater was better.
Really?
Oh my goodness!
I
Those
wanted
kids
to
were-
see it, though. I really
and the
did
kid that played the main character, he sang his heart out.
I hope they bring it back.
It was cute in off Broadway. I was like,
Yeah, I'm sure that they Broadwayed it up. Hey, Daniel Jacobs, my cousin Daniel
Anyway,
Jacobs is online. Hi,
Have you
Daniel.
seen Choir Boy?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
It's amazing. It's an amazing play.
Choir Boy is Terrell Alvin McCraney's play.
I've heard that he was doing something. Yes.
He's doing stuff all the time. He's
And
doing
got a
stuff
show
everywhere.
coming out on OWN network or something.
Yes,
doing.
we did a little spotlight on it.
Mhm.
Yes.
The play was amazing.
But I do think
He's a great
I think
writer.
it's amazing for him to have come from Moonlight and then do Choir Boy, for it to go on Broadway.
I think Choir Boy.
Choir Boy came out way before Moonlight.
Okay, well, I'm living that it just got nominated. So I mean, he's slaying movies. He's slaying Broadway.
There's a film he got on Netflix. He was running Yale's drama department for a while.
And now
he's a MacArthur Foundation.
And now you get ready to slay TV.
Fellow.
I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, he's all over the place.
Slaying.
He's all over the place.
I'm here for it.
So what else is hot with you? Anything else you want to mention? No.
I'm just here for the topics.
All right. Well, here's one of our topics. So June is African American Music Month. It was called Black Music Month, and Obama said, "No, let's call it African American."
African American Music Month.
So we like to do something musical during this month, and we're gonna do some stuff. Last year we spotlighted all these great artists. It was amazing.
We did. I loved it.
And we got to do some more artists. But so we just kind of wanted to bring up some of our favorite artists. Who wants to go first? Tony. One of your favorite artists is what? The one and only
Cassandra Wilson.
Did we have her image?
She is stunning.
Oh, she is stunning.
Oh, and she's fierce. She's
an amazing artist.
That vocal.
What she doesn't like, she's just.
Have you ever heard her?
I never.
I'm
pulling up my phone.
But turn your audio down. We're going to introduce Ryan to some stuff.
Cassandra Wilson is.
She's a great jazz
and
artist.
she has influenced the likes of Erykah Badu.
Oh, yeah.
What's my girl? India Ari. All these people kind of.
But her voice is so heavy. And
It's
rich.
heavy and rich, and it's just. And she was once named by Time Magazine as the greatest vocalist ever lived.
Oh.
Time Magazine.
Congratulations. Wow.
She got a vocal.
She's got a vocal now. She's
got
great.
a vocal.
She's great. All right. Well, your day.
Mine is Phyllis Hyman.
Ooh, the one and only.
The one and
baby.
only Phyllis.
Phyllis. Nobody sang like
Baby.
Phyllis, baby.
As you are.
That thing.
Tall, vocal.
Tall, tantalizing.
Yes.
And
yes.
I mean, and what I love about her most was that she was such a businesswoman.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't know that side of her. Like, she was about her business and running her business, and she had a band, a whole shebang. I mean, like,
she was always on the road.
yeah, she was on the road.
She would come to DC all the time.
All the time.
And
She
you know something else people don't know about her is what killed her career
was Clive Davis.
with Clive Davis, but not because of. She always felt like it was. She always said it was because Whitney Houston came along, which he did make room. He got rid of her, Patty Austin, and Angela Bofield to make the budget for Whitney Houston.
Oh, wow.
However,
That's crazy.
However, the
blackballed
reason
her.
He wanted to be.
he blackballed
He
her,
blackballed her.
because he told
Yes.
her not to do sophisticated ladies, and she did it
and
anyway.
she did it and got a Tony nod.
Because he wanted to. He wanted a pop artist.
He wanted her
She's
to
a
be.
vocalist.
He wanted her to be the Whitney Houston. She was being groomed to be the Whitney Houston, and when she did, because Whitney Houston was going to be on the Cosby Show. He got her off the Cosby Show. She was going to play the oldest daughter on the Cosby Show.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know.
Hence
That
the-
I didn't know.
I never
Hence
heard
the
that.
first season of the Cosby Show. The oldest daughter did not appear until the
Denise.
second season. No, not Denise.
I know they had talked about Suzette Charles playing that role.
the oldest daughter.
Sandra.
The oldest daughter
Sandra.
did not appear on the first season because at the last minute they took Whitney Houston off. She was the choice, but they heard her sing, and Clive Davis said, "Well, I don't want you on that show." He had to have complete control of her.
Wow.
That's why.
Yeah, I did know about.
That's why Sandra came in the
Yeah.
second season.
I did know about the blackballing. I did know about the blackballing,
Really?
Yeah.
which is
I didn't know that.
But
Well,
which
he's messed up a couple of careers. Gino Vanelli messed up Gino Vanelli.
Which is still sickening for her is that again she was very much she was a boss. She was a boss. And again, Clive Davis wanted complete control, and she was like, before I got to you, I negotiated contracts with big dogs. You know what I mean?
But unfortunately, she also was schizophrenic.
She was.
And
Yeah, she had some mental health
Yeah, she
issues.
definitely did.
Right.
When I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, I saw that she was always hiring black people.
She was very
and then
adamant
she
about it.
struggled with how to make sure she was taking care of everybody and taking care of herself at the same time.
She
and I
hired-
think that's maybe how the mental health issue came
No,
along?
she was always-
I'm asking.
You
I don't
come
know.
back. You can tell us your favorite Phyllis Hyman song.
She was always bipolar.
We did it one week on Here For It podcast, but I do not remember what song I chose. I definitely like anything that's like upbeat. Like you can sing about breakups and all of that, but I needed to a pop beat. And I
Right.
had picked a song. I don't remember what it was called.
Well, she was always bipolar, according to her family. And my son Monty is from Pittsburgh, and he knows her entire family.
Yeah, she's from Pittsburgh.
She was always bipolar, and she whenever she got off her meds, that's when it got worse. And then she stopped taking her meds towards the end of her career, and she couldn't hear her former voice anymore.
wow.
And and she felt like her career hadn't gone with
Yeah,
her.
she
And people
was
like
always compared with that.
and people like Patti
And
LaBelle
then she was never in the relationship she wanted.
she wanted.
She always said that.
And people like Patti LaBelle and other artists were like really instrumental in keeping her floating. And then
I was gonna say because she could definitely sing
And the
with Patti
whispers, the
LaBelle. She could
Yeah.
stand next to Patti LaBelle.
They
I would
were-
love to hear that.
Well, I mean,
well, there are clips of her
unique-
there
singing with
are.
Patti LaBelle.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. I got homework.
But she was great in Sophisticated Ladies.
Yes, she was.
Sophisticated
She got
ladies.
not. She got a
But that's what caused it. But there's a really famous clip with at Ashford and Simpson show, and I saw that at Racine's birthday party. She was playing it. I said, I remember that show. And Ashford and Simpson was singing. It was on TV, and all these stars were in the audience, and they were singing "Reach Out and Touch," and they were bringing all the stars up. And Phyllis Hyman came up and sang a little bit, and of course Patty came up and showed out at the end.
As
and
always.
broke
We love her. We love her.
Well, we got just a couple more minutes. So one group, of course, my all-time favorite group is the one and only Earth, Wind, and Fire. I know I'm a 70s child. If
You better give me a sound effect.
I was like, was that a
If you have not experienced
That was the wind.
If you've not experienced their music from the 70s on up, I mean, you have not heard the composition, the orchestration. They do all kinds of music from jazz, pop, rock. They do it all, R&B. They just did everything.
They were the most influential band of the 70s, if you ask me. I can't think. Maybe them and Parliament Funkadelic,
Right.
because they both had a sound that influenced decades of music. I mean, Parliament Funkadelic influenced.
Oh yeah,
with
with 30 people on stage with roller skates and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
they influenced, but people don't realize that Red Hot Chili rock bands were born out of Parliament Funkadelic and Earth, Wind, and Fire and History by Earth. You know I love music history. The History by Earth, Wind, and Fire. The guy from Bluey from Incognito decided to become a musician after going to Earth, Wind, and Fire
talk
concert.
about he saw them when they were opening for Santana,
right?
And his friends didn't want to go to the opening number to see the opening act, and he sat there with his mouth open like I did when I first saw Earth,
Right.
Wind, and Fire
If you never
perform
and,
live,
and that was
so
the most.
amazing.
And that concert they had about 30 people on stage too. Just FYI.
I was going to say because it was 9 people in the picture.
In the picture.
And
right.
then they had, and then they had a full. That was just their main band, but then they had a full
Horns and all that,
section.
yeah.
About 30. But that show was the most. It was the biggest spectacle.
Yeah, they were like one of the first black bands to do the stadium tours.
Yeah.
Anyway,
amazing.
So we're getting a high sign, but we want to thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Thank
Absolutely.
You have to come back.
Ronald,
Gotta come back.
Yes, RonaldMatters.com.
.com.
RonaldMatters.com. All
Yes,
right,
thank
all right.
you.
All right, and when you come back, you got to tell us your favorite Phyllis Hyman
I
song.
got homework
And
to
I need
do.
3 of them.
And I got to see the Patti LaBelle performance.
Oh, and
need
it's
to
one
see
with
that.
her and Melba Moore singing Superwoman.
All right.
At the Essence Awards.
All right,
That
y'all.
was
See you
signature.
next week. Look
ya.
out for the Swerv.